Rand Fishkin, Lost and Founder, the mostly awful, sometimes awesome truth about building a tech startup. Embark on an insightful exploration of the challenges and triumphs associated with building a tech startup, as witnessed through the experiences of Rand Fishkin, the founder of Moz. Lost and Founder offers an honest, riveting peek behind the curtain, divulging the harsh realities of running a startup and juxtaposing them against the often glamorized success stories in the tech world. The book summary will walk you through the rollercoaster ride of startup life, sharing pivotal lessons and strategies for aspiring entrepreneurs, as well as the truth about raising capital, driving team performance, navigating market research, and fostering company growth.
The truth about startup success. Starting a successful startup is difficult and requires hard work and perseverance. According to data, less than 25% of early-stage, venture capital-backed companies make any profit at all, and only 5% provide a return on investments. While success can result in millions or even billions of dollars in revenue, founders don't earn that much at the outset, and their salaries are often lower than those of employees at bigger companies. Investors expect revenue from startups and won't hesitate to cap the salaries of senior staff. Therefore, it's important to remember that starting a company requires a significant amount of time, effort, and dedication, and if you're after big bucks, you're probably better off working for a market leader. Market research for startups. Successful startups like Airbnb and Uber rely on thorough market research to identify gaps in the market and offer a unique selling point that addresses customer needs better than their rivals. Airbnb saw the need for a simple, user-friendly vacation home rental service, while Uber and Yelp identified their opportunity through analyzing search engine data. Conducting thorough research and admitting mistakes are essential to creating the perfect user experience. Startups seeking success should learn from these market research strategies. The risks of seeking venture capital funding. Seeking venture capital funding is not as simple as it may seem. With high stakes and expectations, entrepreneurs must be cautious when involving investors. So, you've got an amazing startup idea, and all you need to do is secure some funding to get things going, right? Not exactly. Raising capital isn't about finding silent partners with deep pockets, it's a risky and complex undertaking. Investors will tie your performance to their expectations, putting significant pressure on you to hit targets and show constant growth. If your accounts start looking shaky, they will not hesitate to take action, which could include removing you from your position as CEO or recommending high-risk strategies that could harm your company. The reality is that investors are under tremendous pressure to deliver returns to their investors, and for most venture capitalists, this means trebling their investment within a decade. Furthermore, investing in startups is a high-stakes game that carries a high risk of failure. Only a small percentage of firms achieve a revenue stream in the billions, and even the most established startups can fail to yield any revenue. Therefore, entrepreneurs must be cautious when seeking venture capital funding. Success requires a solid plan to get your company into that elite group of successful firms while minimizing risk. Raising capital is not as simple as it may seem, and entrepreneurs would be well served to weigh the benefits and costs of involving investors carefully. Embracing openness in business. Keeping your team and customers in the loop during tough times is always the best approach. Many business owners feel like they have to protect their team and clientele by hiding the truth. However, openness is a key factor in promoting growth and revenue. Being honest about financial and personnel issues can actually encourage people to work harder and collaborate more effectively. Customers appreciate candor, even during failure, and are more likely to maintain loyalty when they know the truth ahead of time. Honesty is especially important during layoffs, as it's critical to maintain credibility with staff and customers. Embracing transparency creates an atmosphere of trust between management, employees, and customers, which is an indispensable commodity for any successful business. How knowing your weaknesses can help your startup. As a CEO of a startup, it's essential to be aware of how your mood affects your performances. Knowing your weaknesses can help you make the right decisions when it comes to hiring and improve your company's weaknesses. Surrounding yourself with people who have expertise in the areas you need to get things done is critical. However, it's also essential to ensure your team members' psychological well-being by displaying vulnerability and empathy. The research project by Google, Project Aristotle, showed that empathy is the most consistent predictor of a team's success. Therefore, being aware of your weaknesses won't only help you make the right decisions when it comes to hiring, but it'll also make your employees much happier and more productive. Building a strong team dynamic. A team's dynamic plays a critical role in determining its overall performance. A great team dynamic is characterized by close-knit and complementary relationships among team members. Assembling a diverse team is one of the best ways to strengthen team dynamics and foster an environment that encourages expert opinions and insights. Studies have shown that racially and gender-diverse teams financially outperform non-diverse teams. In addition to diversity, a meritocratic promotion process is an essential element in building a strong team dynamic. Providing clear paths to advancement without necessarily becoming a manager can keep employees motivated and prevent frustration. Creating new roles like product owner or engineering architect and offering the same benefits and salary as a manager would receive is an excellent way to evolve and grow employees without taking on managerial duties. Overall, building a strong team dynamic is achievable through intentional encouragement and cultivation, improving employee satisfaction and productivity. Beware of the pitfalls of growth hacking. Every company desires growth and employs growth hacks to achieve it. However, growth hacks often focus on quick gains, which can lead to more harm than good. Employing these strategies could bring in more revenue and customers in the short term. However, growth hacking can undermine your company over time and hinder long-term sustainable product improvement. Minimum viable products, MVPs, may not meet customer expectations, potentially resulting in a loss of business. As such, before using MVPs, it is crucial to experiment with a smaller sample to obtain feedback that will improve the product, introduce it to the larger market and establish an established reputation. Achieving sustainable growth. Sustainable growth is achievable by focusing on customer retention while expanding product palette one at a time. It is crucial to avoid getting too obsessed with growth, to the point of neglecting existing customers and products. Companies need to invest in customer satisfaction to retain existing customers, as it is hard to replace them. The key to launching multiple products is to focus on one product first before moving to the next. By encouraging customers to have a positive perception of one product, it is easier to expand to other products. It is vital to put energy into producing fewer but better products to prevent an unhealthy reputation among potential customers.
As the curtain falls, Lost and Founder leaves us with actionable wisdom and an illuminating account of the struggles and successes that characterize the startup universe. Despite their glamorous facades, startups face a myriad of challenges, requiring constant hard work, dedication, humility, and the right balance between customer focus and growth. Understanding the importance of market research, openness, team dynamics, and prioritizing customer satisfaction over growth hacks will empower you to make informed decisions and move forward on a more promising trajectory. Rand Fishkin's lessons guide you through the murky waters of entrepreneurship, sharing a compelling account that underpins the undeniable truth about the tech startup landscape.